When a group practice struggles to grow or grows in a way that feels chaotic and unsustainable, owners usually look for an operational explanation, a hiring problem, a marketing problem, a systems problem. In my experience, the real issues usually run deeper than that. The most common growth mistakes I see aren't tactical, they're foundational, and they tend to cluster around 4 things. 1, not having a strong why. 2, lacking a clear intention rooted in mission and values. 3, underestimating the importance of internal culture. And 4, not knowing the metrics that show how your practice is actually performing. These matter because growth without a foundation doesn't scale. It fractures. Owners who skip these fundamentals often find themselves with more clinicians, more complexity, and less clarity than when they started. These aren't soft concepts. They are the operating system underneath everything else: hiring decisions, marketing, compensation, culture, and ultimately the value of the practice itself. Every sustainable practice is built on a clear sense of purpose. Why does this practice exist beyond generating revenue? That why operates on 2 levels: the owner's personal motivation for being in this work, and the practice's reason for existing in the communities it serves. When the why is clear, decisions become easier. When it's absent, owners tend to chase growth for its own sake, and that rarely ends well. Mission and values aren't just wall art. They are decision-making tools. A practice with a clearly articulated mission and a defined set of values has a filter for every major decision: who to hire, which clients to serve, how to handle conflict, and when to expand. Without that filter, decisions get made inconsistently and the practice loses coherence as it grows. Internal culture is also a key variable, not just a perk. It is the environment in which your clinicians do their best or worst work. Internal culture shapes retention, referrals, clinical quality, and the owner's own experience of running the practice. Many owners don't think intentionally about culture until it becomes a problem, and by then, it's much more difficult to fix. Building culture deliberately from the beginning or identifying and repairing it early on is one of the highest leverage actions an owner can take. Also, growth decisions made without data are driven by emotion, hope, fear, or intuition. Sometimes those work, often they don't. Knowing your key performance indicators gives you an objective foundation for every growth decision you make. We covered this in depth in another video, but the short version is, if you don't know your numbers, you can't lead your practice. You can only react to it. Before you add another clinician, another location, or another service line, ask yourself whether these 4 foundations are in place. If they're not, more growth will only amplify the gaps. This is foundational work, and it's among the most meaningful I do with practice owners. If you'd like to explore what that looks like for your practice, I'd love to connect. You can reach me through the link in this description, and the first conversation is always complimentary.